president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. We have a real problem in the White House. So I believe that he will attack Iran sometime prior to the election because he thinks that's the only way he can get elected. Isn't it pathetic?
Hey, everybody, welcome. Happy Friday. Here we are again. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM, emanating from glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also, oh, Jesus, dude. Also on Comcast. What are you, Hopwood? Just blurting things out. Also on Comcast 97 in Manchester. And of course, we're on WMNHradio.org. And you can watch on the Facebook via Facebook Live on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. Today is January 3rd, the year of our Lord and the year of our Unix 2020 here on this Friday afternoon. And do you have Tourette's or something? What's going on? Oh, pull that mic up, please, Dr. Kevin. The prodigal Dr. Kevin returns. It's been forever since he's been here, but here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Kevin joins us live on Matt Connarton Unleashed.
I think I got something stuck in my throat.
Oh my goodness! Oh boy! Well, it is that time of year, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was the weather or whether it's something that you said.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Well, if it's something I said, we need to figure out what that was so, I don't keep saying it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's disastrous. Let's see. Of course, we are sponsored by the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street. Jenny is over there right now. So if you're out and about and you want to pop in and say hello, and Dr. Kevin's holding up his Hop Knot mug over there. Yes. The Hop Knot, of course, Manchester's premier establishment for delicious gourmet pretzels. They have an assortment of craft beer. They have wine. All kinds of great stuff. We love the Hop Knot, and it's in the Brady Sullivan Plaza right downtown. It's actually across the street. I can see it from here. The Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street. They've got a $7 lunch special weekdays from 11:30 a.m. all the way up to 4 p.m. They have happy hour from 4 to 7. They have trivia night on Wednesday nights. They've got all kinds of great stuff going on. So we are very proud and honored to have them as a sponsor here on Matt Connarton Unleashed. And the website is thehopknot.com. if you'd like to check them out online, and that's not K-N-O-T as in pretzel knot, thehopknot.com. So let's see. We do have some folks in the, sorry, what?
Is that like don't hop not? Is that what it is? Hop not?
Well, it's like hop.
Don't hop not?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's hop as in like hops and barley because they have beer, and not as in pretzel knot.
But they have pretzels.
They do have pretzels.
Okay.
The pretzels are tied into a pretzel knot.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, we have a call. First call of the day. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
It's Easy G. Happy Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday, yes. Do you like the Freaky Friday song that we like to play to open the show on Fridays? I know what song you like even better. Your theme music. Yes.
I can barely hear you.
Well, hang on. You got to wait till your theme music's over.
I've got the look that drives you go wild. I've got the move that really move. I said chill up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy.
Now, Dr. Kevin, the reason we play that song for Easy G is to remind everyone that he may be a sexy boy, but he is not your boy toy. Because we can't treat him like a piece of meat.
Speaking of my theme music, it's a new year now. I want to change it to the theme music of the guy from Bedford, New Hampshire, born and raised, Triple H.
Oh.
So when I come in next Tuesday, I would like some new theme music, please.
You know what?
He's had his run now, Shawn Michaels.
I wouldn't mind using that for your theme music. Of course, you're talking about "The Game" is the name of the song, as performed.
But anyways,
as performed
I had a
by
couple
Motor.
notes here. I wrote down Matt notes, and I was hate watching earlier The View, and the who was on there today was a repeat. Of course, it's a Christmas New Year's season. So it was Megan McCain's birthday. I really like that girl, Megan McCain.
You do. You might be the only one. I don't think the rest of the
I think it's
Viewcast
because I'm a fan
her.
of John McCain. That's probably why, right?
Oh,
It was her 35th birthday.
Oh, today the big 3-5.
No, it wasn't today because it was the repeat.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you have your repeats on Saturday morning there. You do the replays.
Hey, I have some Megan McCain for you. Listen to this.
The America of John McCain has no
I was
need to
going
be made
through
great
my,
again
birthday
because
book
America
there,
was
eliminating a lot of
always
my
great.
birthdays people that I don't really know, and I wrote them down for some strange reason in the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
So when I redo my birthday book next year, now I saw a really, really, really low penmanship. Jenny's birthday, November 23rd. Is that correct?
Jenny's birthday is not November 23rd. No. What are you talking about, EZG? I'm confused.
Your significant other, Jenny. It was over at the Hobnot.
Yeah, but what are you where do you get this? Where are you getting this, this information?
We'll discuss that when I'm in the studio.
Okay.
But anyways, I was wondering if you got your KISS tickets yet for February 1st.
What do you think? It's my favorite band, EZG. Come on.
Well, you said you were waiting to get them later.
Oh. Did I now? That's my secret.
So you'll be going with Jenny over to the KISS concert?
Well, EZG, of course. It's my favorite band, and this is the end of the road
All
tour.
right.
Yes.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe Paulie C might show up too.
Yes, the great Paul Cormier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen him in the new year yet. Oh yeah, and to leave you with this funny two thoughts. My meme today would have been 114 years old today. Can I get an air horn?
I suppose. An air horn for your meme.
I know Michael Martin likes to talk about his meme, and the good news is meme's still around. But
well, Michael
she was
Martin,
a hell of a lady.
Michael
My
Martin's
mother
meme
told me that
is
the other day. She said, you know what? January 3rd, she would have been 140. I said, oh my God.
Right. Well, please don't take the Lord's name in vain, EZG. You know we have a large evangelical audience.
Yeah.
Evil genical.
Evil genical.
That's how we pronounce it on the Dr. Kevin
would
show.
Say, we'll see you on the flip side. So have a great show.
All right. Thanks, EZG. Yes. Wow.
Yes, the evil genitals.
Yes. That's what do you like to call them? Yes.
Well, I mean, I think the fact that, they have fallen in even as closely as they have studied and read and picked up that Bible so that they can judge and hit everybody with it that they don't like, that they knew that someone was going to be a false prophet that would, lead everybody astray. And, and they're at the front of the band saying, hey, he's the second coming. And we all know from Stormy Daniels that that's not true.
Well, that's I don't know if there was a first. Well, we won't get into that. That's for a different show. That's a discussion for the other show that I do, Matt Connarton Unsheathed, which is not carried here on WMNH.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we can't talk about it.
That's
you never heard that.
That's only available on the dark web, and I'm legally prohibited from telling you how to find it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and it's a little gets a little Let's see.
Trust me, I won't be looking.
Right.
I won't be looking. I've known you a long time, Matt, and Sheathed is just fine.
Right. Well, thank you. Yes. Let's see. We should say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat. Jenny, first one in there today. Brian Mackey also joins us all the way from Idaho. He says hello, everyone. Ricky Litwinkowicz is in there. Ricky's got some big news to announce soon, I would think. So congratulations to Ricky. Bill Stephanitis joins us. Hello, Bill. Bill says Happy New Year, Matt. Also hello to Wayne Noel all the way from Michigan, representing. What do we? I forget what Michigan is. What are they known for?
Well, Detroit.
Yeah,
cars.
but what is? But I mean like like New Hampshire is the Granite State. What is Michigan? I can't remember now. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Is that one that's like 1,000 lakes or 100,000 lakes or something? I think it's got
100,000 lakes. That's a lot of lakes.
It's got something like that. But you want to know what the Michigan State slogan is?
There's Lando Lakes, but I think that refers to butter. Maybe it's the butter state. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Yeah, ECG calling back. I forgot the main reason I called today was to thank Mike Doyle. We went over to Walmart today, and I'm wearing his new winter boots that he bought me. So shout out to Mike Doyle.
Shout out.
My New Year's present. That guy's the best.
Well,
so if you're listening, thank you very much.
That definitely deserves an air horn, EZG. All right, Mike Doyle.
So we'll see you next Tuesday. We'll see you on the flip side.
What did you call me?
Don't go there.
Right.
So what is it called again? We just said it. It's a state what? It's a state motto. What is the Michigan State motto? That's what you want to know.
Yes.
Michigan State motto. Si queris pensilium amoium circumspice. If you seek a pleasant peninsula, look about you.
It's the Pleasant Peninsula State? That doesn't sound right.
The popular name is the Wolverine State.
The Wolverine State. That sounds frightening.
Yes, well, I think that's one of their some kind of sport team.
Oh, okay.
You know, that might be their I don't know, water ballet. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
water
what
ballet.
sport. I don't know what.
That's
kind of
very exciting.
You know, and yeah, but their state it is they list it originally in what I'm assuming is Latin. Their unofficial state song is "Michigan, My Michigan." I would have thought it would have been "Wishigan, Wishigan, Wish I Was in Michigan."
That's a Kid Rock song, isn't it?
I don't know who
Michigan,
did that
My
song.
Michigan.
Maybe.
It's like a duet with Sheryl Crow, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Big hit.
So,
all right.
There you go.
All right.
I don't know what's on its license plate,
Uh-huh.
but you know that's always a different. You know, sometimes they put something. I suspect that if you go to Michigan and you look at the license plate, it doesn't say in Latin "Si queris peninsulam honorem circumspice."
Yikes! That's
think,
a lot to even remember, let alone put on a license plate. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, you know, who knows?
Yes. Let's see. Oh, hello to Michael Alber in the Facebook live chat. Bill Stephanitis. I'm not sure what that means. No, that was exercising. Brian Mackey says, who is a Top fan, by the way, says someday they will even fix that ceiling tile. There's a discussion here I can't follow. Stefan Philbrook joins us in the Facebook live chat. He's also a Top fan. He says, I'm disgusted by this reckless abuse of power displayed by Trump and unauthorized assassination. This further disrupts that region. Can we be done destroying nations, then rebuilding them on our dime and cost of the lives of our servicemen and women, not to mention the loss of innocent people who will grow up to hate the U.S.? Maybe we'll get into that today. Judy Birchfield joins us in the Facebook live chat. Ricky says, don't forget about me, Matt, LOL. Jenny says, Jenny says, can you see me giving you the bird, LOL? What's my name? A little bit of an inside joke. Ricky says, hey, that's my theme music, I think referring to, the game, Triple H's theme probably. I'll thumb wrestle him for it. You don't want to thumb wrestle, Easy G. Tony Petrello also in the Facebook live chat, as well as Tom Blanchard. Stefan says, where can I get a link to MC Unsheathed? You'll have to go on the dark web, Stefan, and just search for it. I'm legally prohibited from sending you the link. Brian Mackey says, Michigan is cold, LOL. And Tony Petrello says, Happy New Year. Wayne says, football. Oh, that must be the Wolverines.
Up. That would water ballet football. Is there a difference?
Probably. There probably is actually.
I don't know.
I'm going to guess that one of them has a higher rate of CTE, but I can't prove that. Stefan says Michigan's slogan is "looks like a mitten." It does look like a mitten.
So, are you aware that the latest exposed email about the whole Ukraine cover-up thing was warned that they have a warning from the Pentagon that him freezing those funds could have been illegal, that he was warned it was illegal?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah. I'm still catching up on some of that. It's been a busy couple of days. And when this much dirt falls this fast, you practically have to be a zombie to dig yourself out of it.
Yes, but I will. Wayne says pure Michigan is what it says on the license plates there. Now, but I will. Now, I'm not a big fan of Trump, but just to be the contrarian here, let me take the other side. I can refute everything you just
The dark
said.
side? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you ready? Two things: butter emails and Benghazi. Yeah. What do you have to say now, smart guy, about our president, huh? Yeah, told you.
Yeah, that he wasn't elected by the majority.
I don't know what that has to do with her emails and Benghazi. I mean, come on.
Well, but she was elected by the majority. So anyways, but I want to address what you're now. I'm trying to look because I'm now seeing myself because I got the watch party up so I can see it too.
Yes.
But of course, all you can see of me is I'm literally just like I'm behind. Like I have to go like this to go.
Right.
So
yes.
I mean, like this is not camera angled well.
Well,
you can't see all of my.
Well, it is a radio show. I mean,
but your Facebook Live
we're more concerned with the audio aspect.
The sound of my voice.
I can see you pretty well here on the monitor.
Okay.
Stefan says 8 p.m. Pentagon warning is exposed. 9 p.m. unauthorized assassination. I think Stefan is suggesting a little bit of wag the dog.
Okay.
Because, we find out more information about, what Trump was told and warned about in terms of what he was doing was illegal. And then the assassination happens of, what's his name? I'm not good with foreign names.
Iranian somebody.
I'm a white guy from New Hampshire. I can't pronounce these things that have too many consonants and not enough vowels.
Are you?
You understand?
Are you? Okay. Well, I do want to say out there right now, because I'm here for a couple of reasons, and somebody was complaining about Trump, and of course the best thing we can do, because it's very, very, very unlikely. Matt would say impossible. I won't use impossible, but it's very, very unlikely that the Senate will actually do their job. I think the acquit him key is low enough to the floor that they don't have to get up off their knees to pull it.
Right.
But if they were to condemn him, send him in irons, they might have to get up off their knees at his altar and actually pull that one down. So I think it's the height difference that's going to get him acquitted.
Right.
Because they spend so much time down there.
Sure. Yes.
Ever since Trump stole the GOP.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I want to talk about is let's get somebody else in office.
Oh, my.
What can we do? We can get somebody else in office if we get together, stay focused, decide what's important. And one of the things that I want to talk about that is happening in New Hampshire this weekend. In fact, it's already started happening. It started happening last night. There was a town hall event in Keene with my Mayor Pete.
Your Mayor Pete.
Hey, that he was my choice before the book came out, before he declared.
That's true. I can vouch for that. You were talking to me about Mayor Pete like a year and a half ago.
Yep. I'm not a Johnny come lately. But he's going to be in New Hampshire all weekend long. So when you're trying to decide who you think is going to go in and clean up this mess that we're getting stuck with by our bully in chief, in Nashua, Saturday morning, January 4th, 11:30 a.m., Nashua Community College. And then January 4th, 2:45, Claremont at Stevens High School. Wolfboro, Saturday, January 4th at 6:15. January 5th, Town Hall event in Franklin. And a town hall event right here in Manchester.
Wow.
Yes. At the Southern New Hampshire University, the Dining Center Banquet Hall. Come get a banquet of Pete.
A banquet of Pete?
Hey,
That's,
he's
strange.
he's a highly nutritious candidate. Of course,
Are you suggesting we eat him? Because I don't understand.
No,
a banquet of Pete, he's nutritious?
Well, no, I think that he's got a banquet is a lot of something.
Oh, okay.
And so he has a lot of great ideas.
Do you understand my confusion for a second? I was really lost.
Born confused. You
Well,
were born confused,
aren't-
Matt. You
aren't
were
we
born
all,
lost.
Dr.
Yes,
Kevin? To be
yes,
fair, aren't
yes.
we all?
So,
Thank you.
But
Yes.
1 o'clock on Sunday, January 5th. And I do want to let everybody know, a little self-promotion here, facebook.com/my Dr. Kevin, MYDRKEVIN. I have all of these events posted as well as this show today. Right there near the top of my line. You can go to any of them and RSVP. So if you're still either deciding who your candidate's going to be or you would like to find out more of all of these reasons why Mayor Pete inspires and has got high integrity and intelligence, and he's a unifier. And that's why, one of the reasons why I like him. I think if we elect a Bernie or an Elizabeth, I think that they're going to be too combative.
You should pull that mic up a little bit, Kevin. You're
Too combative.
there we go.
I thought I was projecting too much, so I pushed it away a little.
No. That's right there is perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
He pointed. Did people watching Facebook Live see that? He pointed at me and he said, "Perfect." I'm glad he finally got it right.
In your general direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It
close.
was me. It was me. You were pointing at me.
Now,
Just
when
a minute, Matt.
Now, you say he's a unifier.
I think, yes, he's a unifier.
In what way?
Well, he had to do a lot of cross work when he took over at the mayor's job, because he had more Republicans than Democrats in positions of power to get things done, to sell his ideas. The other thing is, who was the first candidate willing to go on Fox that was a Democrat and said, hey, they're all our people?
Right.
It was Mayor Pete, because we were having our well-known celebrities all saying that they were going to not go on Fox because it would not, it would promote that network. Well, guess what? One of our complaints with Donald Trump is his separation, not of church and state, but of anybody and everybody he can separate. Because unified, we would vote his self out. I was looking for the correct word for live radio.
You can say ass. It's okay.
I can.
Yeah, as long as you don't say it repeatedly.
Repeatedly? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we could vote his donkey out.
Oh.
And
He has a donkey?
yeah. Named Jack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
Well, that explains why he doesn't have a dog. Because usually the first family has a dog or a cat.
Well, I think he's got a lot of dogs.
Oh.
Senate GOPs. They're kind of wagging their tails and they're going.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they do get very excited when he, like you see at the State of the Union, they're very excited to see him typically.
So one of the things is, though, I'm here because I wanted to, first of all, visit with you again. Because
Yes.
for those of you who don't know, every month on the first Thursday of the month, Matt joins me on the Dr. Kevin Show.
Yes.
And we discuss a summarized version of what he'd been doing for the month on his show. And with the Dr. Kevin Show, we try to put a little bit of spirit in it and spiritual perspective on it. But I wanted to come and talk about my guy Pete being here for the weekend, and also some upcoming events I had, and just hang out with Matt.
Yes.
We haven't seen each
been a
other
long time.
physically. Yeah.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, let me give out the numbers if you'd like to call. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also send a text to 617-917-4476 if you prefer, or tweet me at Matt Connarton. You can send an email to matt@ipmnation.com, or, of course, you can opine in the Facebook live chat, as many people do. I have a question, Dr. Kevin. Why is it?
I have an answer.
Well, we'll see if you do.
I'll have one.
We'll see if you do.
I have an answer.
Okay.
It may not be right. You may not like it,
right,
but I
right.
have an answer.
No, okay. Why is it? Because I feel like, we talk a lot on the show about how, Bernie has really seemed to, it's kind of a cliche, but captured the imaginations of a lot of young people, young Democrats. So a lot of them gravitate to him. Mayor Pete, he's only, 37, I think?
He's 37. He's the youngest candidate.
He's the youngest candidate, and yet he doesn't seem to be connecting with the young demographic, and it just seems odd to me.
So there's a certain young demographic he's not connecting to. I mean, like I've hung out with lots of the organizers at different places throughout the state. There's plenty of young people involved. There are plenty of 20-something people involved. But you're correct. And one of the reasons is that, people like Bernie and AOC, they have a burn the house mentality, and they're being radical rebels. And the rebel without a cause 20-something phenomenon that happens in every generation loves the Sanders AOC, yeah, we're just going to go in and we're going to, burn the witch type of thing, which is great if you're watching an old episode of Frankenstein. Burn the monster, whatever.
I was going to say, are there witches? Anyway, I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But Pete puts himself out as a reformer. And for a rebel, a reformer is almost an effrontery. I'm going to go and work within the system to change it. I'm not trying to burn it down. I'm trying to fix it from the inside. So we have,
because he's regarded as a moderate, not a socialist.
Yeah, and he has some very liberal stands, but he is also, and I'm going to use this as an example. I know it's been talked to death, but it's the difference between the Medicaid for all, which is burn the house down, put all of the private insurance people out of business, close all of those desperate companies that have, just enslaved us and created this Dickinsonian-like experience for people with health care. And then you have Mayor Pete, who says, for all who want it. I think if we build the system correctly, people will show up. They will find that this is the best place to get it. We'll have the largest number of people on our system. We'll be able to negotiate the best rates.
He calls it Medicare for all who want it.
Medicaid for all who want it. And if some people still want private insurance, let them have private insurance. And so there's the difference between the radicalized rebel who wants to burn down the house and the reformer who says, let's work somewhere where everybody gets some of what they want. That is a perfect example of why I like Mayor Pete.
Let me, on that question specifically.
See, I had an answer.
You did, yes. On the healthcare question specifically, I basically agree with you, but let me play devil's advocate because we've talked about this a lot on the show too. I agree that I would rather not burn the whole thing down, and so I don't agree with Medicare for all. I like the idea of Medicare for all who want it, which originally, we used to refer to it as the public option back when the Affordable Care Act was getting started. And then, of course, eventually the public option went out the window, which is why we're having this discussion now. But there's something Elizabeth Warren said during one of the debates, because she, of course, wants Medicare for all. And she makes this comment that it's when she says this, I keep going, well, okay, so I don't agree with her position. I think it goes too far. And yet she says this one thing. It's like I can't argue with it. She says that, everyone loves their private insurance. Everyone says they love their private insurance right up to the point where they're diagnosed with something really terrible, something catastrophic. And then their insurance company starts just denying them coverage for the treatment that they need. And then all of a sudden they don't love their private insurance so much. And her argument is Medicare for all solves that. And again, I'm not for just blowing the whole thing up. I think it's very dangerous and potentially not potentially, it would be very destabilizing, I think. But she, when she says that, when she makes that point, I sit there and go, boy, that's hard to argue. Because I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen with Jenny. I've seen that happen in real time, up close. It's like, she needs this treatment. And the insurance company says, oh, sorry, we're just going to call that quote unquote experimental and not pay for it. Sorry. And then it's like, oh, great. Well, this private insurance is doing me a lot of good. And millions of Americans find themselves in that situation.
Absolutely. And there's the basic three to four rule of you have to ask 3 to 4 times before you get a yes. If anything else, it delays the payment. as you know, I had a major health issue a few years ago.
Yeah.
And, and they pulled this very well-known trick of theirs, which is a trick of the hospital was listed as a hospital that was in network for me, but the emergency room staff wasn't.
Oh, jeez.
Of the hospital that they said.
Yeah.
So I could have gone to a different hospital across town to the emergency room, but then they would have had to ship me back to this hospital for my insurance to say that it covered everything.
Right. Right.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Do we need an overhaul in the insurance system? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't think that means burning it down.
Because just to be clear, I mean, let's make no bones about it. Health insurance companies are fundamentally evil. Some people will think that's too strong, but I've met people who've actually worked for health insurance companies. You probably have too. And the stories these people will tell you, I mean, they are effing evil. They are.
Well, and so I want to separate this out. If you want to succeed and rise to a position of power and influence, there's a selling of the soul. The average person who's there, who is being forced to because here it is, the big guy, unless there's a lawsuit that gets involved and the person knows a senator or somebody that can pull some strings, the big guy, he's not the one on the line saying, well, we've decided that is an experimental thing and we cannot allow payment for it. We thank you very much for your business, though.
Yeah.
That type of stuff, the people that make those decisions, they're behind an average hardworking American that may have the best job that they can find and may have the best benefits they can get with that job and are not in a position to leave because they're a single parent with 3 kids and they get health insurance with their job. And if they were at any other job, they'd be paid. There are reasons. So I don't want to call everybody involved with health insurance
No,
evil.
I'm not saying the individuals who work there are evil. I'm saying that
but I just want to clarify
but
that.
the companies themselves are.
Yeah, they're inherently,
Because the problem is they do better. It's better for them if you die. If you have a debilitating illness that's going to cost them money, the best case scenario, this is the problem with a for-profit healthcare system. The best case scenario for the insurance company is they deny your treatment, you don't get your treatment, and then you die. And then problem solved. It's the same thing. It's the same thing we put our veterans through. My dad said it to me after his heart attack. My dad was a Navy SEAL during Vietnam. And he told me after his heart attack, after he got a very nice letter from the VA saying, we're going to, you served your country and now it's our turn to serve you. This really nice flowery letter saying, we'll make sure you're taken care of and everything. And then, of course, they proceeded to screw him over at every turn. And he said to me, Maddie, I think they just want me to die. I think they'd prefer that. Of course they would. Of course they would.
Well, but they want you to go home to die.
Yes, true.
Because their numbers look bad if you die at the VA. Because Papa was VA, and I had to deal with VA and all of his, you're going to be dead in 6 months, you're going to be dead in 9 months. I mean, this man was told he was going to be dead in under a year and a half. I cannot tell you how many times between 1993 and when he finally died in 2007.
No kidding.
It was always something that and at one point I thought, do they keep saying that in hopes that he will? If you say it enough times?
Well, I mean, there might be. I mean, you hate to assign that malevolence to someone, but yeah, they probably.
But then you have you have the matching side of evil. Evil's twin brother, the medical association,
right?
When they make decisions like, we're going to keep you alive at all cost. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you are. You never will.
Oh.
You've lost complete cognitive awareness.
Terry Schiavo, to use a classic example.
You just keep hanging on, and we're going to have you on 100 different medications. and we're going to have you get all sorts of services, and we're going to bill the crap out of your Medicare, your Medicaid, your insurance, your family. And then, and then there's the ones that don't have the family. And if you've ever had any experience in nursing homes, there is a world of difference between how they treat private pays versus the Medicare and Medicaid.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I bet there is, yeah.
You can see that who's on the wrong side of the tracks when
Yep.
you walk in the nursing home.
Yeah.
You go into this section, and there are, and it's pretty, and it's clean, and it's beautiful, and everybody has care. You go to the other section, you get 20 lights on in the hallways, and people that look like they drooled on themselves 3 days ago, and it's still sitting on their Johnny.
Yeah.
I
believe it.
It's black and white. And so, I mean, I think it's a one-upmanship game between parts of the medical community and the insurance industry. And of course, the fulcrum we all know are the lawyers. What's the first thing you do with all the lawyers? I shouldn't say that. My niece is studying to be a lawyer.
Oh, wow.
But there are good lawyers.
There are good lawyers.
Yes, there are absolutely good lawyers.
Yes.
So your comment about Elizabeth Warren. Private insurance is always going to do its best to save a buck.
Mm-hmm.
They're for profit. That's
Yeah.
what they're there for.
Yeah.
And there are always going to be a level of health care that you can get if you have enough money to pay for it that is far and superior to anything you're going to get approved of or taken care of, whether you're on Medicare for all, or you're on a public option, or you're on just a traditional whatever. And so do we need to have more ethical, moral, if we're going to keep it as a public healthcare system, because it wasn't always a public healthcare system, and if we're going to keep it that way, then there is a moral and ethics. And this is one of the things that really irritates me when they talk about democratic socialists. Like, they're trying to confuse them with communists and true socialism. And really, the party of democratic socialists come along, and what they say is that there needs to be morals, ethics, and values to humanity and the human life that is inherently built into democracy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying that we should, just take care of everybody no matter what they do. I've had a fit for years. And now, of course, the latest thing is the vaping. And I've had a fit for years because, when I had a family member that was a constant smoker and stuff like that. And, and he said, I hate all these people that are anti-smoking. And I said, you know what? You do what you want to do. If I don't want to be around the smoke, I don't have to be at your house.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have to be around you. I can make that choice. I can say, if you want to go out to lunch with me, you can't have a cigarette.
Yeah.
I can set those boundaries.
Right.
But on the other hand is, you're tied up in social welfare system. We know your chances of getting something that's going to cost tons of money to have to fix, take care of, medicate, go. And I'm okay with anyone being a serious drinker, smoker, any kind of self-abusive behavior, as long as they sign a waiver that says, I will not accept public funding for my health care. Why should I pay for your bad choices?
Right.
That's my only complaint. I completely get the autonomy of you can snort anything up your nose, suck it down your lungs,
Right.
shoot it up your veins, all you want. I shouldn't have to pay for the cleanup.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a sticky widget though. That's because if you go down that rabbit hole, it's like, and I can think of two people off the top of my head who this applies to, and probably more if I really thought about it. Like, and I bring this up because, I'll often hear people say, like about giving Narcan to heroin addicts. Oh, we shouldn't have to pay for that. Let them die or whatever, because, they get multiple Narcans and I do understand the logic to that. Someone's making that personal choice, or as in the example that you use, if someone smokes or drinks or snorts or whatever. But it's like, if you go down that path, it's like, so at what point does someone say, like if someone has a heart attack, at what point should they say at the emergency room, well, we shouldn't have to help you with this, because I can think of two people right off the top of my head who have had heart attacks. One of them, I think, has had multiple heart attacks, who continue to smoke cigarettes, even though obviously that's a tremendous contributor to heart disease, and you shouldn't smoke whether you've had a heart attack or not. But if you've had a heart attack and you smoke, that's pretty dangerous. So, people will engage in reckless behavior, but I think that gets very tricky if you're going to say, well, someone should sign a waiver saying, well, because then you get into how do you define reckless behavior and what is or is not acceptable risk, and I think that's a rabbit hole we probably as a society should not go down. I understand the logic of it. I agree with you in principle. Actually, I just don't necessarily agree in a practical sense. Although I also don't know how literally you're speaking when you say that, or if you're being somewhat hyperbolic. Maybe you are. I don't know.
Here's the thing. First of all, I want to put out there that people who have the disease of addiction don't fall into the same category to me as people who are just willingly choosing, are fully functional, making decisions to live in the world in a way that is self-abusive.
Mm-hmm.
And the bottom line is, where do we draw the line? I don't know. It is a very not easy topic, but I think there also needs to be a topic of where is their public responsibility? Where does the public stop being responsible for individual, self-abusive behaviors?
Right.
That we should get stuck with it.
Right.
Where can we say, if you do this, and on the other hand, you have people that have, as we like to call it, the constitution of a cockroach, that can smoke 10 packs of cigarettes a day and down
Sure.
a bottle of whiskey and live to 110 and are, and they only died because, they got hit by a truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I think that we need to have more of the discussions that says we are constantly living in a place where we push things around and we try to take the small piece of pie that Washington allows 90% of the people to have. Well, it obesely shoves the other 10% down the top 4% of the most wealthy corporations and individuals. And how do you divide that pie up? Because, we just looked at a program that, 750,000 people are going to be losing another social service or something like that. Something was just signed. Now you're going to be more people losing food stamps, things like this. You know what? Everybody is up in arms, and it's a horrible, to a certain demographic of people, if you have to give up one of your yachts to pay a little more tax, but it's okay if somebody who's struggling with 3 kids and working 3 part-time jobs because they can't get a full-time job is, on the social dole for a few extra food stamps.
Yeah.
I mean, our sense of morality in this country is like a circus mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And what we stand up and don't stand up for, and what we fight for is important. But I think we should be willing to have all the discussions on the table.
Oh, yeah.
And
No.
back to
I agree with
Elizabeth
that.
Warren, which is where you started. Your top people, unless there is a huge change that I don't ever see happening in this world, your top 1%, your top moneymakers, your people that have more money than sense, will always be able to buy the best doctors, the best hospital, the best care, the best of everything.
Yeah.
Then you have a whole group of people that may be on a Medicare for all plan, a public option, but have like a supplement program
Mm-hmm.
where when the big thing happened, I used to sell disaster insurance, catastrophic.
Yeah.
Back in my days of being, and when I sold insurance, I sold life, accident, and health insurance, and I sold stocks and bonds, and was fully licensed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not coming at it from a place of no knowledge.
Right. Right.
But you kind of chunk it out. But we're not going to change the fact that if we have a Medicare for all who want it option, as Mayor Pete puts it,
Yeah.
that there are those people that are going to put aside money and that can afford to put aside money to get that extra or supplemental plan. And there are going to be the top doctors and the top places that you're going to get actual edible food if you're in there in the hospital. You're going to get a nice thing of flowers beside your bed. You're going to have your bell answered within 60 seconds of ringing it. They're always going to exist.
Yeah.
And there'll always be a need, or there'll always be a desire for somebody who isn't in the top 1% to at least upgrade what they're getting by paying that insurance gap.
Right.
And I don't think that's when it gets more socialist than democratic socialist, when we say we're going to take away your option.
No, I do fundamentally agree. A couple good comments here in the Facebook live chat. So Stefan says, insurance is not healthcare. Insurance is mostly for treating sickness. We need a more preventative approach, which insurance will not spend money on. By the way, Bernie isn't burning it down, quote unquote. Yeah, no, I agree. We do need a more preventative approach in this country. Absolutely.
Well, and you know who stepped up to that plate, Matt?
Mayor Pete.
What?
Mayor Pete?
Well,
I thought.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, I thought that's.
I
what
was
you were
going to
say.
Well, Mayor Pete has stepped up to the plate, but that's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
What I was going to say is, though, wellness programs, which are all about preventative medicine and all about, if when you have your yearly review, if you are, if you give up smoking, we pay for more of your health insurance. If you do this, these companies and in some cases, insurance companies actually have picked up, we will reward you for good behavior, because they don't want you to get sick, because they don't want you to use it. So we have seen some shift and change in that.
Yeah, that's good.
And you can find places that will do, some places their idea of preventative medicine is you get a free physical once a year.
Right.
Which can show up something that you may not realize is going wrong.
Sure.
And you get to do it earlier.
Yeah.
But there are others that will pay for gym memberships.
Right.
You know, there are others that, so I think there has been some shift in that.
Yeah.
And I think that on the good side of evil, there's always a good side of evil somewhere, we hope, that insurance companies have stepped up to the plate with some wellness care options and benefits and discounts, and just like good driver discounts.
Well, because like you said, it is in their own interests ultimately.
It is in their own interest.
Right. Yeah.
So
Jenny says most with type 2 diabetes are that way due to poor eating. And when they lose an appendage, it's often because of lack of care. That is true. And Brian Mackey points out self-abusive behavior is also a mental illness.
Can be. Doesn't have to be.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's another swamp we want to be careful of getting into. It's certainly not the sign of somebody who is completely mentally functional that would do something, but there's also a difference between a mental health issue that leads you to self-abusive behavior and a resistance or something that to not take advantage of getting help or not wanting to do the work. I mean, there's work that has to be done. There's reasons why we do things, but let's face it. Nicotine gets you a little high when you first start smoking it, and then you're addicted to it. The worst thing, one of the worst addictions in this country, and we still don't talk about it enough, is sugar addictions.
Oh, yeah.
And we start by getting our kids addicted to sugar at a very small age that then leads to atrocious behaviors at time and early health issues, and then we blame, and then we're like, I don't know what happened.
It is bizarre. I've always said that, and I don't have any children of my own, but I've always said it's so strange to me that it in our culture, it's like almost right out of the chute. When you're born, you've got all these people who supposedly love you, who are trying to shove as much sugar down your throat as soon as you're old enough to digest it as they possibly can. And then everyone sits around wondering why we're raising generations of diabetics.
Well, and the other thing of it is we continue to go on and we associate love. We reward behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And, you've heard me say this before when we were talking about some of my books and work with ADD and ADHD. But, a child who's not been introduced to all of the sugary stuff will choose an apple over a candy bar the majority of times.
Yeah.
They would be happy with a piece of fruit.
Yeah.
They would be happy with a different alternative. But we've got it all twisted, thank you, Madison Avenue, that it's a box of chocolates that says, I love you.
Right.
I
don't blame Madison Avenue. I blame parents, which is terribly judgmental of me, especially as someone who does not have children, and therefore I've never experienced the challenges of parenting. But I am baffled as to why. I mean, it's like, that first birthday comes up and we're shoving cake and ice cream in a kid's face and conditioning them at the youngest possible age to eat garbage. And then everybody goes, I don't understand why my kid is diabetic.
Well,
it's mind-boggling to me.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
It is about generations of conditioning.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you have to be a terribly self-aware, on the ball, well-educated parent that then has to fight with the grandparents and all of the other ones. Why are you not giving them birthday cake?
Right.
Why are you giving them a fruit salad with a candle in it?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Who gives their kid an apple with a candle in it for their birthday? We have all of these traditions.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, there was a time when the food chain was less toxic that, having a piece of cake for your birthday was a big deal because you wouldn't have another piece of cake until it was somebody else's birthday.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It really, truly was a treat that wasn't engaged in so much that it led to an addiction.
Right.
And then after you did that, you had to go out and work on the farm, or you chopped wood, or you had to do something,
burn that off.
You burned it off.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't sit there and eat half the cake and then plop in front of a video game
Right.
or a
television
TV set
yeah.
and go, ugh,
right. Yeah.
cake.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm putting an invitation out there. I have posted out in some of the Pete groups that I was going to be here today talking about some of the Pete events in New Hampshire. And being a dogmatic kind of guy that I am, I always come back to my purpose sooner or later. So I have invited you to call in, or we'll do the Facebook Live. Watch it. You can watch it on, I've got the watching party going on my Dr. Kevin. You've got it going on wherever you've got it going on. And we have a call-in number of 603-250-
6007.
6007. I almost had it. I was close. I didn't want to look. But call in. Tell us why you love Mayor Pete for president. Why you like the idea of Mayor Pete for president.
Brian Mackey says the brain can break at any time, no matter how functional someone is. That's true. Tom Blanchard joins us in the Facebook live chat. Hi, Tom. Tom says half of my taxes go towards schools, but I don't have any kids. Yeah. That is true. And that's been kind of an ongoing debate too. Should people who don't have children be forced to pay for public education?
Yes.
Stefan says, I can't say that word, but blank. I love cake. I love cake like a fat kid likes cake. I now need cake. I blanking love cake. I like this guy. I don't love Mayor Pete.
Well, that's all right. Come this weekend, hear Mayor Pete, and maybe you'll find that you really do, and you just didn't know it.
Well, wait a second. Now, I have an idea. If you want to recruit Stefan, do you know if Mayor Pete is going to be serving cake?
I'm sure that at the banquet hall in Manchester, the Dining Center Banquet Hall at Southern New Hampshire University at 1 o'clock on January 5th. I'm sure that there will be cake
Are you
to
sure?
be found.
Because you said Mayor Pete's nutritious.
Well, I meant that his ideas.
Oh, okay.
His ideas feed you.
So there might be cake.
And this is one of the other things that I want to get back to is some of the ideas that he comes up with is because he's looked at these issues and he's seen where the gap is, but he also looks at what can I sell to both sides? Like where's some of the medium points?
Right.
And come up with something that intellectually makes sense. Now, as long as we continue with this gross tribal mentality that allows us to be checked out of having to think, and you know how I feel about the lack of critical thinking skills, though it feels like it's starting to come back in public education again. It looks like they're making some attempts for them to learn how to think, but definitely there's a wide gap of a lack of critical thinking skills that make people go, oh, let me see, my color is red. Therefore, I vote for this person, and I think this, and this is right, and I watch this news station. And you must be wrong because you're blue.
Right. Well, binary thinking like that is just so much easier, though.
Or binary
because then you don't have to know.
regurgitation. I don't know if I'd call it thinking.
Because then you don't have to actually know anything.
But let's go back to public education for a second and why everyone should pay for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there were people when Stefan was in school. I'm assuming he went to elementary school, middle school.
I would assume, yes.
Yeah, he went to high school. There were people that were paying that didn't have kids when he went to make sure he had some baseline of education. And we're not going to get into the quality of public education. That's a whole different thing. Also, some of the kids that got paid for somewhere along the way at some point are probably going to cross Stefan's life before he dies and in some way may be able to serve him, help him, or do something, discover something, invent something, improve something.
Oh, just to clarify, it was Tom who made the comment,
Oh, Tom.
not Stefan, about,
Sorry,
about
Stefan.
paying for public
Tom.
education. Yeah.
Sorry, Stefan. Tom, but that, you know, even if it's, you may go to, you know, you may end up having some kind of critical health issue and you go to a hospital and some doctor or nurse saves your life and they may not have become a doctor or nurse if their public education was not of a certain level. So we pay for our future selves to have at least minimally educated people that will be there when we need them. Does that make sense, Matt?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Rob Azevedo joins us in the Facebook live chat. By the way, Rob is the host of Granite State of Mind here on WMNH, which is coming up live at 6 p.m. Here on the station. Jenny is asking, what makes Pete better than Tulsi? We've become a bit enamored around here with Tulsi Gabbard, as a lot of Republicans have too, which is very interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, first of all, her only saying present at Trump's impeachment didn't make her really popular with me.
Yeah, she supported censure instead of impeachment.
But I also feel like when I look at the intensity and the way in which he's come up with the plans he's come up, like the Douglas plan and the public education plan and how to make change, it's all about empowering people. It's not about trying to buy people off, or it's not about marginalizing people, or it's not about, again, burning the house down. And I think that he has some very well thought out, his planner nature, his analytic nature. He's put a lot of stuff on the ground that I really feel are solutions to the problems, more so than I have seen Tulsi do.
Okay.
And now for some people, this is going to be a complete turnoff, but Matt gets it. Intuitively, I just don't trust her.
Really?
I don't know what it is.
You think she's a Russian plant?
I don't know if I would go that far, but I think that
Do you have something against Hawaiians?
I love Hawaii.
Okay, good.
I almost moved
check.
there.
All right.
And if I had something against Hawaiians, I wouldn't have voted for Obama,
Good point. Yes.
our first mulatto president.
Oh, I don't think we're supposed to use that term anymore. I know it's hard to keep up with it all. All
Yeah.
the different words we're
What
not
is the
supposed
new
to use
one?
anymore.
What's the word we're supposed to use now?
Uh,
Interracially combined?
I don't know. I just know that that's like a bad. Like the PC police and the social justice warriors have determined that that's a bad word.
Hey,
the M word.
PC Police. It's 1045 Elm Street, Manchester, New Hampshire, 3rd floor. You can show up right now, and you can see what is the actual physics effect of having your butt thrown out the window.
Oh my goodness! You're threatening the PC police.
That's right.
Yikes! Ooh. So Stefan in the Facebook live chats, shots fired. I'm going to warn you. He says, I believe you need to be a good mayor before you set your sights up the ladder.
I think overall he was a good mayor, and the other thing,
Well,
he
is. He still
is
the mayor.
he's done he was done as of December 31st. His term was over.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, and there was a big thing about why the whole
I didn't.
place recommended him, why he had the backing of it. Did he make some mistakes? Yes. Did he do something that almost no other politician ever does? He owns them. He says what he learned from them. He says how he's going to do it different and how he's going to make it better.
That
And
is
if
true.
you-
He does own up to mistakes. I've seen him do that. That is
and
true.
if you look at where South Bend was when he took it over and where it is now, and you call that a failure, I'd like to see what you call a success. Because certainly we're not seeing a success anywhere in any of the other political careers that had brought as much positive change and turnaround as he did. So there, your shot goes back.
Ooh. Shots fired back. Brian Mackey is asking, and how would you make that education style happen?
Critical thinking education style?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's involved more in interactive, kinesthetic are ways to do it. Do things where they have to puzzle things out. Actually, I think that until probably, I'd like to say high school, but people are going to shoot me when I say this. They shouldn't be doing anything with computers, iPads, stuff like that at school. They have to puzzle and reason and think. They have to be taught about choices and actions and consequences. And there are lots of stuff out there on critical thinking curriculums and systems. It's not about what we have still basically at the core of our education right now is the vomit system of learning. I'm going to ram that information down their throat, and if they vomit it up in the right order,
Right.
then I'm going to move them on. And, of course, I've been working with the ADD, ADHD population since the late 90s.
Yes.
I have 5 books out on it. And critical thinking is a way to engage the ADD mind and see how brilliant it is by having a challenge. And I always remember that a man that I worked with, that when he was at a very very well-respected private school, graduated with a 4.0 because anytime he got anything wrong, he debated on the teacher, and he won the debate with the teacher why his answer was perfectly valid. But they allowed for that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, and this isn't the commentary of the difference of teachers, it's the commentary of the different of the administrations and the amount of bad influence and control the government has exercised in education. Well, first of all, look, even today, look at the head of our Department of Education in this country.
Right. Betsy DeVos.
And this is one of the things that, Pete says there will be somebody as a head of the Department of Education who was a teacher. That's one of his promises in overhauling things and overhauling the standards that teachers have to meet, but also the support to get that, the support. And how can we expect people to stay in the teaching field when they get the bait and switch of, if you become a teacher, then we'll write off your loans? Oh, on a Tuesday, on the 3rd month of the 5th year of your loan, you looked right instead of left, disqualified.
To be fair, Betsy DeVos did pay a lot of money to get that job.
Yes. None of which she earned herself.
Hello to Gary Hamer, who joins us in the Facebook live chat. We're just gonna keep going. I figured we'll skip the top of the hour break, but we'll just remind everyone quickly. The Hop Knot is our sponsor. Jenny is over there right now at 1000 Elm Street in the Brady Sullivan Plaza. You can see Dr. Kevin there with the Hop Knot mug. You can get delicious gourmet pretzels there. They are fantastic. I recommend the Italian. It's kind of like a big piece of pizza.
Do they have gluten-free pretzels?
I don't know.
Jenny. Hi, honey. I love you.
Aw.
Jenny. Go find out if they have gluten-free pretzels.
Mm.
And then if they deliver.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Because I'll tell you, it's hard when you're forced to be gluten-free. Pretzels are one of those things that it's hard to find a good one or even find. So we're going to see, has the Hop Knot hop to it?
Are you forced to be gluten-free?
Yes.
Okay.
I get sick.
Oh, well, okay. Well, fair enough. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Fridays, we have to wrap up a little bit early because Rob Azevedo comes in to do Granite State of Mind, and he has live musicians coming in play. So, but we do have some
I've
time.
met Rob before.
You've met Rob, okay.
Yeah, I've met Rob.
But
he might not admit it, but I have.
Oh, my goodness. But there's still time to get in with a call. 603-250-6007 is the number. 603-250-6007. You can also send a text to 617-917-4476. You can tweet me anytime at Matt Connarton. Send an email to matt@ipmnation.com. And, of course, as many listeners do, you can opine in the Facebook live chat. And we've got a lot of folks in there today. So...
Yeah, I don't think the connector here is working well for me because it looks like my screen has frozen.
Oh.
And I'm not getting reload. I'm going to reload and see if I can make this thing happen.
You have a frozen screen.
So
well, it is winter.
There is a few things. It was 46 when I got here.
Was it that warm? Wow.
Yeah, it was balmy.
Yeah, but it's cold now. The sun's down. Now it's probably like 10 degrees.
Not nearly as balmy as what's going on in D.C., but, I do want to mention coming up January 6th at New Hampshire.
Hey, I'm sorry, Dr. Kevin. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you did ask, so I want to make sure we get this out. Gluten-free pretzel sandwiches are available at the Hop Knot.
Yay, Hop Knot.
Yes.
Gluten-free pretzel sandwiches, but not regular pretzels, just pretzel bread, I guess.
Well, no, it's the pretzel sandwich. It's like a big pretzel with the stuff on. Like when I get the Italian, it's it's got the pretzel, but it's also got the cheese and the everything. Oh, it's so good.
Well, I hey, anytime you want to take me out to lunch before I come in for a show, let me know.
Oh. Well, they do have a $7 lunch special weekdays from 11:30 a.m. all the way up to 4 p.m.
Now, see, I know how to set you up. I heard you say that before.
Yeah, except you only come on the show now like once every 2 years or something.
Oh, it has not been that long.
It's probably been
Are you practicing to go into politics?
It's probably been a year and a half. It's been at least a year, dude. It has been at least a year.
Yeah, it probably has been a year.
Yeah.
But we talk every month.
That's true. Yes.
So coming up January 6th at New Hampshire Metaphysical in Londonderry, New Hampshire, I am teaching a reincarnation class.
Oh.
So for people who are interested in how their past lives are affecting them today, the class is called Reincarnation, Future Growth Through Past Lives.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And on Sunday the 12th, again at New Hampshire Metaphysical in Londonderry, New Hampshire, I am doing a full moon drum. So it's going to be around the full moon, but I need to do the drum either Sunday or Monday because of location. So it's not always going to be exactly on the full moon. But this year, I'm doing a monthly full moon drum. It's going to be doing the energy of that full moon, where we'll raise that energy. As you may remember, I actually did a drum for Pete back in November in Nashua, where people came and drummed energy for, to support Pete and the good he's tried to do in the world.
Yes.
But I will be doing a regular drum. We will have some drums available. You can bring a drum, or you can bring a Tibetan bowl, or you can bring any kind of musical instrument. It will have a meditation. It will have an intention. It will have a drum, and we'll be releasing it. And on Monday the 13th, also in Londonderry, I will be teaching a class on Atlantis and Lemuria. the ancient continents that were in existence before what we call recorded history.
Oh,
So I wanted to put that out as well.
yes.
And if people come to facebook.com/mydrkevin, you can look in at see all my events. I also have them on Meetup. You can join the Meetup. You can contact me. You can send me a message, find out how to get on my mailing list if these are the kind of classes that you're interested in, want to know, or would like some place to go. So again, in January, I'm doing reincarnation. I'll be doing a monthly full moon drum at Atlantis and Lemuria, and a little peek into February, intro to astrology, another drum, a class called Manifesting Love.
Very nice.
And then at the end of February, I will be doing Keys to Prosperity.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so you get to learn some ways to manifest abundance in your life. So if people have any questions about those classes or those topics, reincarnation, Atlantis, Lemuria, astrology, manifesting love, prosperity, you can ask those, as well as where is Mayor Pete going to be close to me? Well, let me see.
Close to you.
They long to be. Oh, sorry. He
is married. I'm sorry. We shouldn't do that. Mayor Pete. He's
married.
He's a married man.
He is a married man, yes.
We shouldn't encourage that.
Tomorrow morning, January 4th, 11:30, Nashua Community College in Nashua. January 4th at 2:45, Claremont at the Stevens High School. Saturday, January 4th at 6:15, Wolfboro at the King's Arts Center. January 5th, 9:45 a.m., Franklin High School in Franklin. January 5th at 1, Dining Center Banquet Hall at Southern New Hampshire University on 2500 North River Road, right here in Manchester. That's one of the other things I do like about Mayor Pete is I think he has the energy to get the job done, and he won't have to recover from his hours of tweeting by playing 54 rounds of golf before breakfast.
Right. Yes.
You know,
before breakfast, Mike. Well, Trump is an early riser. Hello to Kenneth Ratliff, who joins us in the Facebook live chat. But now Mayor Pete, he's he's a Christian man, correct?
Yes.
Is he Catholic or what is?
No. He is. It just went out of my hat. Episcopalian.
Oh, okay. But do you think? I mean, can he ever possibly be as godly as our president Donald John Trump? In your opinion, the godliest of presidents?
Matt, you may need reading glasses.
I'm getting to be about that age.
You missed the prompt. The prompt didn't say that Trump was godly. It said, "Oh God, he's president.
Oh,
what are we going to do?"
See, I get these. Well,
you get them confused.
Well, Dr. Kevin, I'll tell you, I do believe I'm suffering from adult onset dyslexia.
See.
So the words that the letters, they scramble. You understand?
Yeah, okay. I would say that means, oh, dogly. But I like dogs.
I do too.
I know. So I really don't want to, I don't want to dish them by comparing them to.
Does Mayor Pete have a dog?
Yes, he does. He has 2.
Ah, there you go.
He has 2 dogs.
There you go.
Truman and Buddy. Truman and Buddy. There's something human about him. There's something.
Well,
and
I would hope so.
I mean, like, he has student debt. He knows what student debt is.
Right. Yeah.
He is,
Yeah.
I mean, we hear the story, and Warren was my person before I discovered Mayor Pete. So I'm not doing this to dish Warren per se.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I liked Warren.
Elizabeth Warren, yes.
I was more in a fan. Though I do want to ask you this question. I wanted to ask you yesterday on my radio show, and we ran out of time. Though we had a good time yesterday. We laughed a lot.
Yes. Well, we have to laugh or else we'd cry.
Yes. Well, sometimes we cry because we're laughing so hard. Does that count?
Well, I'm just generally weepy.
You're just generally weepy?
Yeah.
Change of life?
I'm very emotional. Well, I'm getting to be that age, too.
Yeah, I know. Well, it could be happening to you.
Well, I did recently find out through some x-rays when I was at the emergency room that I have fallopian tubes. Who knew?
Okay.
But I'm sorry, Dr.
So
Kevin.
now that's called intersex. It's no longer called hermaphrodite.
I don't know. I don't want to upset the PC police. I don't know what the right term to use is.
I think it's called intersex.
Right.
I'm not sure. I get that confused to into sex.
Right.
Versus intersex.
Right.
INTER, not IN.
Well, again, that's more of a discussion for Matt Connarton Unsheathed, which I'll remind you, I'm legally prohibited from telling you how to find that show.
Yes, and be glad that he is, because somebody would make the bad choice of chasing it down.
There's a lot of hair.
I know. So, anyways, but I was going to ask you yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Biden seems to have taken a different bent. He seems to have gotten more aggressive. Is he just like rising his consciousness out of the early stages of demented, or do you think that he's really trying to repackage himself?
You think he's being more aggressive?
Well, I think he went after the heckler before he.
Oh yeah, called him the guy that he called a damn liar.
Yeah, well, but he just did another. He just had another one. There's been two lately that he's spoken out, and he's gotten more. Like he's trying to show that he can take Trump head on. And you know what? Taking Trump head on is probably not.
Oh, that's what Tom Steyer always says. He'll take him head on or something.
Yeah, you lay out the truth and the facts. This is, again, I know you're tired of me hearing it, but one of the things I like about Mayor Pete is you almost never see him get ruffled.
Even that's
when they
true.
ask him, he stays calm and
that's
present. True. And if anyone's going to show what a maniac Trump really is, can you see him on a stage with Mayor Pete?
But here's the thing. So I think Biden probably needs to come off as aggressive, because if he is the nominee, those who would vote for Biden are going to need to believe that he can take on Trump because I have to tell you, I don't feel great about seeing Biden next to Trump on that debate stage for Biden, because Trump, I want to be careful about how I say it, but so Biden to me, I don't think there's anything wrong with him cognitively, because, people point to the gaffes and whatnot, and it's like, well, he's always been like that. He may have lost a half a step, but Biden to me, I think comes off a little bit frail compared to how he used to. Whereas Trump, despite being in his 70s, one thing you can't call him is frail. You know what I mean? And I just don't think Biden is going to look good next to Trump on that debate stage.
Well, and I think that next to Mayor Pete, he's going to look old.
You think Trump is going to look old next to Mayor Pete?
Yeah, and the one thing that the two areas that Trump is frail at is, being able to remember his lies accurately enough to repeat them consistently in the same way. He's very bad at that. He changes the lie up on a regular basis.
Yeah,
and I think that somebody like a Mayor Pete is going to get under his skin and is going to ruffle him, and he doesn't do well if he feels like he's not in control. And having this very calm, highly educated, very pointed commentary, I think is going to drive him crazy. I think he's going to look more like the maniac he is.
That didn't work for Hillary, though. Isn't that kind of how Hillary played it?
I don't think so. I think she tried to play it that way, but I think that she also got sucked in sometimes. He got under her skin. But he also
that's what I'm saying.
her.
He got under her skin.
Yeah. But I think that he won't get under Mayor Pete's skin. Mayor Pete will get under his skin.
Stefan says Trump will totally knock out Biden in a debate. Joe is not fast enough. Brian Mackey says Biden. I assume he's referring to Biden as a creepy, creepy man. Stefan says Joe is gone after the hairy legs thing. Did you hear that? The hairy legs comment?
No.
Biden's. I'll find it in a second. You got to if you didn't hear this, you've got to hear it. It's a little Yeah, maybe Biden has lost a full step. Oh, Stefan says, Stefan's, by the way, being very complimentary toward you. He is enjoying having you on the show.
Thank you, Stefan. Even though I confused and I misattached a comment to you.
Brian Mackey says, a bad cheeseburger ruffles Trump, LOL.
Ah.
Well, there you go.
So, but anyways, well, you know, I again, you know, when I look at, can you take him on and can you beat Trump at his own game? I don't think so. When it comes to the game that Trump plays, I think he is a master at the game that he plays, of discord, of chaos, of misdirection, of changing the conversation, and then the person that he is going after, if they don't stay completely within their own unflappable lane, they look like they're chasing after Trump.
Okay, I found it. Here it is. Listen to this.
Proudly for your dad, first African-American state senator in the state of Delaware. Everything about. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
So
oh my.
So I worry a little bit about him next to Trump on that stage.
Joe gotta go. Sorry.
Although, to be fair, now I understand about hairy legs. I mean, I'm quite hirsute myself, as John Hopwood likes to say.
Yeah. But you cannot think that there isn't going to be, and if there hasn't already been, at some point, somebody going, oh, creepy Joe who likes to have kids jump on his lap. Oh, so not a soundbite or a visual you want to be putting out there.
Should pull that mic up a little.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here I go again.
There we go.
See, I've always been told I need to quiet down.
Oh, no.
Not put the mic so close.
Need you in close.
There, is this better?
Well, that's yeah.
Oh,
well,
sorry.
Yeah, that is better than it was. Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you sound like you're in a cave.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, I do. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love having kids jump on my. Oh no. He's not going to be able to be fast enough for the Trump train, unfortunately.
Oh, Bill Murphy, who is a pain patient advocate who's been on the show a few times, is in the Facebook live chat. He says, I was sitting on Elm Street waiting for someone to back out of their parking spot so I could go into Cesario's Pizza, and I heard this loud commotion, a car alarm that went on and on and on. Then I turned to see a gentleman in a baseball cap getting into his vehicle to stop the significant disruption. Quite the scene, haha. Well, I will confess in front of everyone. That man in that baseball cap, that was me. That was me.
You set off your car alarm?
Well, it wasn't me who set it off. I wasn't alone. There's a certain other person who accidentally hit the panic button on their key and kind of set it off, and then we had to.
Do you hear the bus coming, Jenny?
Took a moment to
Jenny, do you hear the bus coming?
Turn it back off. You know, it was very loud.
Are you ready, Jenny? Because I hear the bus coming.
I didn't say who it was.
And you're getting thrown under it.
Well, she's acknowledged. She says in the Facebook live chat, "OMG, that was my fault. The panic button works." Yes. Oh boy. There we go.
Yeah. I know all about panic buttons. I pushed one on New Year's Eve.
Why? What happened?
I went into my office and I found a dead body.
Oh, right. Well, I've tried to warn you about that, Dr. Kevin.
Yep.
You can't go around killing.
I didn't kill him.
Oh, good.
I wasn't the murderer. But I had to go in.
You should probably explain this.
I had to go in, and there, laying there in a pool of blood, was the body, the dead body. And I screamed, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And then the other 11 people playing the murder mystery dinner party came running into the office to see what I was screaming about.
Yeah. Oh. So you did one of those murder mystery things.
Oh, I've been doing those murder mystery things for decades now.
Have
I did
you?
my first one in the early 90s. I love them.
Wow. No kidding.
So we had 12 people for dinner and a murder mystery dinner party. Well, yeah, 11 and a body. So that's 12 people. The body didn't eat much.
Right.
But yeah, we had a murder mystery dinner party for New Year's Eve. What a way to welcome in 2020.
Yes. Very nice. Very
So
nice.
did you see the 2020 Anderson Cooper, them having, I can't remember what the actress's name coming on and doing Barbara saying, the
We're in
over and
touch,
over.
so you be in touch?
No, doing the, welcome to 2020 here at 2020. Because, she was on that show for years.
Yes, yes.
So you didn't see the clip of the actress that came in and did this whole thing. Oh my, so funny. You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It talks about, she's doing her best Barbara Walters imitation and how, she's decided to, now that it's 2020, that she's coming out of retirement and she's going to get rid of the khaki, the capri pants, and she's going to come back out and do all of these things. And she has all of these like decade interwoven references to shows she's going to have. And, some of the guests she lists are people that are dead. And it's really funny. It's an actress off Saturday Night Live, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's an SNL actress.
Well, Dr. Kevin, this has been wonderful. We're going to have to wrap up in a moment because, like I said, it's Friday. Rob's going to be coming in to do Granite State of Mind. I think his guest is Jim Terrell, who is a singer-songwriter, because I saw, I believe, someone who looked like Jim out in the hallway. But before we begin to wrap up, let's. Brian is asking, is this the right website? nhmetaphysical.com/Kevin-Ross-Emery.
That would be one of them. And
excellent.
You can go there for all the classes I'm teaching in New Hampshire Metaphysical, and that will take you to the actual event page. So thank you for looking that up, and feel free to cut, paste it, and put it on the thing, because my computer is just not liking this internet.
Oh, my goodness.
So I keep on going back. So lots of stuff coming on. I'll have to come up and talk out more about it. But again, for you all lovely people in Manchester, New Hampshire, Sunday, January 5th at 1 p.m. at the Dining Center Banquet Hall at Southern New Hampshire University on 2500 North River Road, we will have a town hall event with Mayor Pete. And if you can't wait all the way till Sunday, come down to Nashua tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. at Nashua Community College on 505 Amherst Street in Nashua, New Hampshire. And there you can have a town hall event. And if you're a Pete person like me, you might go to both.
And there might be cake, but you can't confirm that. Correct?
I'm sure that there'll be cake somewhere.
Okay, right, yeah.
Because they're out of bread, so let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake.
Let
Yes.
them eat cake.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
All right. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, Dr. Kevin, this has been wonderful. Brian Mackey says, great show. Loved finding out about the Dr. Kevin show. Oh, you should plug that, too. Plug your show.
The Dr. Kevin Show is on every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is ohmtimes.com/IOM, ohmtimes.com/IOM. You can tune into the live show. All my shows, after they're shot, they play for 7 days at different days and times, and then they are available through a podcast. And Matt is on the first Thursday of every month. The second Thursday of every month, I'm on with Lori Powers Auto, and we do stories of inspiration, motivation, good people doing good things out in the world so that we can stay optimistic and hopeful after having a week of political, slug matching with Matt. We follow it up by hopeful, inspirational, and motivational stories. My third week is a revolving guest, and the last week of the month, we have Rob Stewart, our astrologer, come on and talk about the planetary influences coming in the next month, and have some other conversations on the Dr. Kevin Show. So we look forward, and it is also a live call-in show, so you're welcome to call in, or you are welcome to go to facebook.com/MyDrKevin while I'm on the radio and type in questions, and we will answer those questions. If you'd prefer to do it that way, then call in. But yeah, come see what Maddie's like on somebody else's show.
Right, which is kind of like pretty much how I am on this show. All right. Well,
we've been tag teaming for a long time.
No, I wouldn't put it that way. That sounds... Anyway, thank you, Dr. Kevin.
Oh, don't go all hairy on me.
Oh, my goodness. Dr. Kevin, thank you
Jenny
so much.
Didn't comment? Okay,
wonderful
bye.
to see you. Wonderful to see you. And thank you, everybody in the Facebook live chat. And thank you, Jenny, for finding out about we now know gluten-free pretzels are available. Pretzel sandwiches available at the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street. And if you miss...
Matt,
What?
you have time. Read my shirt. You got to read my shirt.
Respect, belonging, truth, teamwork, boldness, responsibility, substance, discipline, excellence, joy, and Pete.
Those are Pete's rules for the road.
Oh, well, very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
You want to know more about them, so I will shut up now.
All right.
Or maybe not.
All right. We got to go. Thanks, everybody. And we'll, so if you miss any part of the show, it'll be up in just a few minutes at WMNHradio.org. Stick around because the great Rob Azevedo is on next with Granite State of Mind from WMNH 95.3 FM. And I'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody. Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.